Hi everyone and welcome to today's session. So today's session is all going to be quite floor based. It's going to be quite a short session as well, so nice and gentle. We're going to start with a little bit of breath work and then move through a few static poses on the floor. So we're going to be holding a few of them a little bit longer than usual as well, so you can really sort of sink and relax into them. So this sort of flow is really great maybe for when you get home from work, perhaps before you go to bed, just something to really calm and unwind. So I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to start, as we do with most sessions really, get yourself seated comfortably, either cross-legged or take the legs out in front of you if that's better. You can even sit on your shins if you prefer. Taking the hands over the knees, let the heart lift, shoulders drawn away from the ears. Try and get a long straight spine, take a bit of a lift up through the chest. Let's close our eyes. And we just want to hear the breath to begin. Just reacquaint yourself with it. Perhaps taking it just a little bit deeper than normal, just to begin with. Just take a moment just to release the grip of perhaps anything heavy you're holding on to. Just popping any dramas over there to the periphery. Just let it for a few more moments just be all about the breath. So continuing to keep your eyes closed, keeping that flow. I'm just going to talk us through what we're going to do next. So we're going to have a bit of breath work, some breath retention, where we're going to take deep inhales and exhales and hold for a period of time as well. So this sort of breath work is really good for helping soothe and calm ourselves down. It's really good for easing anxiety. So yeah, please do it outside of a yoga class as well. It can be really beneficial. So what we're going to do is exhale fully in a few moments. Then we're going to inhale for the count of 10, hold for 10, exhale fully, inhale fully, then exhale for 10 and hold for 10. And we'll repeat a few times. So exhale fully. Let's in for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Fully exhale. Inhale. Out for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. And let's repeat. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Exhale fully. Inhale fully. And out for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Inhale fully. Exhale. And again. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Exhale fully. Inhale fully. Out for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. So I'm going to leave you for a few moments now to do 2 more full rounds. So you can count to yourself now. So it's in for 10, hold, full out, full in, and then out for 10 and hold, and then repeat. So 2 full rounds. And when you're ready and finish those rounds, take a big deep inhale. Out through the mouth. Gently open the eyes, taking the hands onto the knees. So we're going to start by doing some rounds of seated cat-cow. So let's inhale, lift the chest, take the tailbone back, lifting at the chin slightly. Exhale, let's curl round. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And again. Exhale. Gently lifting ourselves upright. We're going to do a few hip circles now. So bringing the chest forward like when we're doing our cow pose. And we're going to make circles. So taking ourselves over to the right, pull back like we're in cat pose. Round, back and up and lift. And once you hit the top again, we're going to take ourselves back round the other way. So taking that full circle, moving around, lifting up and then back round the other way. So you want to dome the shoulder blades as you work your way around, lifting back up and then back round the other way. Bringing ourselves back to neutral. Let's take a big inhale, shoulders to the ears. And then exhale, draw them away through the mouth. Inhale again. Exhale. One more time. Let's take some shoulder rolls back. Taking the breath a little bit deeper through the in and the exhales. And then rolling forward. And then releasing. We're going to come into a few neck rolls now. So taking the chin down to the chest. We're going to start by quarter rolls. So rolling the right ear towards the right shoulder. Taking that stretch out through the left side of the neck. And then rolling back to centre. Let's swap over sides. So taking the left ear up, stretching out through the right side. And back down to centre. So if that feels good, we're going to do half circles now. So taking the right ear round and then gently bringing the head back, just half a circle, and then rolling ourselves back round, chin to chest, and then the other side. So not too quick, just really enjoy that full motion. And then back down, chin to chest. So we can keep doing either the quarter or the halves, or we can do the full circle now if that feels good. So taking ourselves over to the right, rolling round nice and gently. And then bringing our chin back down to our chest. Let's go around the other side. And chin down to the chest. Let's do another round of seated cat-cow. So pressing into our knees, lifting the chest, shoulders back, taking the chin slightly up and concaving again. Lifting ourselves back up, taking the hands into prayer, inhale. And into a twist now. Left hand onto right knee, right hand behind, lift. Taking the gaze back. So you may want to come onto your fingertips behind you. Keeping the spine nice and long. The breath. Deepened yet gentle. You don't want to feel out of breath. And through center, hands into prayer. And over to the other side. And one more time each side, so hands to prayer, lift. And over to the right. So opposite hand onto the knee, lift. Make sure that right shoulder's rolling back as you take the gaze behind you. And through center, hands to prayer. And over to the other side. Bringing ourselves back through center, hands to prayer. Coming into a bit of a side stretch now. So we're going to take the right hand down to the ground. You may end up coming onto your forearm as we take the left arm over the ear. So you can be on your hands, so a bit more like this. Or we may be all the way down to the ground. But keep that side body lifted up. As you take the stretch, really press out through the fingertips here. And we're going to bring this into another little neck stretch. So we're going to take this left hand over the top of the head as we lift. Come onto the right fingertips and then take that left ear down towards the left shoulder. So really feel that stretch down through the right of the neck. So nice and gentle. And releasing. Taking our hands back to prayer, inhale. And over to the other side. So left hand or forearm comes down, the right arm up and over the ear. And finding that neck stretch again. So taking the hand over the head, grabbing hold of the side of the face as we lift back up, come onto the left fingertips. And then take the right ear down towards the right shoulder, stretching out through that left side of the neck. And lifting ourselves back up, gently releasing. We're going to take our legs out nice and wide now. So keeping the toes pointing up, we're going to come into a bit of a forward fold. So taking the hands on the inside of the thighs. Inhale, find the extension through the spine and then gently just walk your fingers forward. So keep your spine straight. You want to pull the heart forward, legs activated. And just move as far until that sort of inner thigh stretch says, yep, I've had enough now. And then really use your breath just to settle in a little bit more. And a couple of breaths here. Gently lifting ourselves back up. We're going to draw the feet together now. So you want a little bit of a distance between your hips and the heels. And then the hands go inside of the legs. Go on top of the feet. So you want to nestle yourself down a little bit. Press forward with the chest and gently guide the knees down. So I'm pulling forward with my spine, taking my head down towards my feet, but gently guiding my knees down. So don't worry if you can't grab hold of the top of the feet, grabbing hold of the ankles a little bit further up the leg is fine. Just keep moving in that direction. And gently bringing ourselves up from here. So lifting up through the arms, separating the hands slightly, keeping the chest lifted. And bringing ourselves back to neutral. Coming into a bit of a twist now. So this right up leg is going to come over the left. So you can either stay here with this foot flat onto the ground, or if the balance is okay, we're going to take that other leg and bring it round and just take that by our sides as well. We're going to take the left arm around the thigh, right hand behind, take that lift through the spine and take the twist behind it. So you're going to squeeze that knee in towards you, lift the spine, gaze comes back. So remember that left leg can be lengthened if the balance is a little bit tricky here. And gently uncurling, so we're going to unhook and let's hook over the other side. So now this left one goes over the right. We'll either stay here or we're going to bend that right leg round and bring it towards us. The right arm comes round, squeezes the thigh, the left one comes back. Take that height through the spine and take the gaze back. So just squeeze that thigh in towards you. So the right leg can just remain lengthened if that balance is tricky. And gently releasing. We're going to bring ourselves onto our knees now. So find a little tabletop position. And we're going to come into a child's pose to begin. So taking the knees a little bit wider if that feels comfortable. Feet together, drawing up and back towards the heel and stretching out through the fingertips. Resting the head onto the mat. Bringing all the focus back to the breath. Finding a little side stretch here now as well. So lifting up the body slightly. Walking our hands over to the right. We're going to press out through the left fingertips. Pull back with the left hips. And then bringing ourselves round to centre. And then over to the other side. So stretching out through the right fingertips, pulling back with the left hips. And bringing ourselves back through centre. We're going to lift ourselves up gently. Bringing the knees together, we're going to hook onto our toes. So if this just becomes too painful, come onto the top of your feet or just take a little rest by moving forward. Taking the hands to heart. We're going to go through one cycle of that 10 count breath. So let's exhale fully. Inhale for 10. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Exhale fully. Inhale fully. Out for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Inhale. Out through the mouth. And bringing ourselves back to our tabletop position. And into puppy pose now. So we lift the tailbone up, taking the arms out, and if we can, bringing the chest down towards the mat. So you may better hook the chin or rest your forehead there. If you're still quite far up, then maybe rest your forearms onto the ground. Just try and allow the chest and the shoulders to surrender as much as they can, coming down to the mat. Keeping sort of the tailbone lifted. And gently guiding ourselves back up to our tabletop. I'm going to come into pigeon now. So bringing the right knee towards the right wrist. Bring that shin up to the angle you need it, and then back leg comes back as far as you can. Start on your fingertips. Flex through the foot. Just check in with how you feel. You can either stay here, we're going to come down onto our forearms, thumbs pointing up, and we're going to rest the little bit of bone where our nose just joins our eyebrow, that little pressure point there. So resting the head on the thumbs. Just let the head just surrender. Guiding yourself back to that lengthened but soft breath. If you need to make any little adjustments in this pose, then do. Perhaps that back leg can slide back a little bit more. And gently lifting now. It's going to come on to our hands, lifting ourselves up slightly, bringing that leg back, and then on to the belly we go. Forearms either side of the mat, coming into a Sphinx pose, so pressing the forearms into the ground, lifting the chest, shoulders come back. So just adjust the elbows as you need. Take them further forward to ease the spine if it's feeling a little bit pinchy. And lowering down. We're going to hook our toes now, keep the knees together, and then bring our body over the thighs. Hands come out on our fingertips, and just let the chest hang heavy down towards the ground again. And lifting back up, separating the knees slightly, coming back into our tabletop. So moving now into pigeon on the other side, so taking the left knee towards the left wrist, lifting up through the shin, back leg comes back. So start on your fingertips, always just check in. And if we want to take it deeper, we're going to come onto our forearms, again thumbs pointing up, resting that pressure point just at the beginning of the eye socket between the nose and the eyebrow. A few more moments here. Gently releasing, coming onto our hands, sliding that back leg back again, onto our bellies, and Sphinx pose we go again. So forearms parallel with the mat, press into the ground, lifting up, adjust the elbows as you need. So if it feels pretty good, you can just take them a little bit further back and get a bit more lift through the chest. And lowering down, let's move into that child's pose variation. So tucking the toes, thighs together, bringing ourselves back and come onto the fingertips, letting our chest hang heavy. Gently lifting back up. Coming back into our tabletop. Let's do one more round of cat-cow. Inhale, head up, tailbone up. Exhale, curl round. Bringing ourselves back to neutral, and we're going to come onto our bum now. So maybe crossing the legs underneath you and rolling over, or just twizzling yourself around. We're going to come onto our back. So placing the feet around mat distance apart. Taking the hands either side of your palms, pressing down towards the ground. We're going to do just some gentle bridge poses here. So pressing into the ground, we're going to take our hips up. Keep the gaze up, holding the thighs strong, keeping the breath. And gently lowering down. We're going to do one more round of that. So when you're ready, taking the hips up. And lowering down. We're going to take the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. And bring your feet back onto the mat. So you can either keep the knees pointing up or rest them together. Maybe take the hands onto the belly. So we're going to do 3 full rounds of our 10 count breath. Then we're going to settle into our Shavasana. So let's take a full exhale. In for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Out for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. And for this last one, if you want to take the count internally. Once you finish the round, take a full in, out through the mouth, and again in. Out with noise. Last time in. Learning everything to return to its natural rhythm now. Make any adjustments you need to rest in your final Shavasana. And allow yourself just to stay here for as long as you need.